Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for yet another wonderful season of Studio G. I'm Amber Michael.
And I'm James Schaefer. We will be having all new additions to our season. I'm talking Spanish programming. I'm talking weather programming.
And you can't forget, we've got your countdown to the debate. Studio G starts right now. To begin our show, UNLV's homecoming royalty is gender neutral for the first time ever. Rio Locke-and-Lolly has the story.
You can see behind me, fans are swarming into Sam Boyd to see the Rebels face Fresno State tonight. But this year's homecoming royalty is a little different with a gender-neutral homecoming court.
Quite a few things have changed this year. So this year we decided to be more inclusive with the whole idea of homecoming. For example, with the homecoming court, we have a king and a queen. We have 10 people on the homecoming court where we have 5 girls and 5 guys. This year we're looking at the idea of being inclusive in the fact that we don't look at gender norms. So we don't look at the binary. We don't look at the idea of male and female. We're just being all inclusive.
The challenging of homecoming traditions this year has UNLV students talking.
We're trying it out, seeing how it works out. We have had mixed opinions about it. We're good. We're excited because it's starting conversation about it because it is so different.
A lot of people are upset because it goes against traditional norms. How do you guys feel about that? Do you think they should keep going on with this new tradition?
I feel like going with this inclusive idea, it's definitely forming with our new generation. As we start to grow and learn more about ourselves and about how society works, we should be more open-minded to new things and shouldn't stick with those old traditions that we used to have,
So what do you think the reaction will be if instead of a guy and a girl winning today, it's 2 guys or 2 girls?
Honestly, I'd actually really appreciate if 2 guys won, 2 girls won, more than if a girl and a guy won, just going against tradition, because why not?
In the coming weeks, students can expect a survey in their Rebel Mail from CSUN, and CSUN is encouraging all students to share their opinion of this year's gender-neutral homecoming court. Let's wish everyone good luck tonight at the homecoming game. For UNLV-TV, I'm Rio Locke-and-Lolly.
We can look forward to a more all-inclusive changes at UNLV this semester.
One change that we're all excited about is the debate that will be held right here on campus. Students, staff, and faculty have all been actively preparing since the beginning of this semester for October 19th. Classrooms may not be open for normally scheduled classes on that date, but the student union will be open for 24 hours. Let's take a look as to why.
UNLV is gearing up for the final presidential debate being held on campus October 19th. Teachers and students are being warned about the influx of visitors, but the student union is being proactive by staying open 24 hours during the first half of debate week.
There are a couple things at play. First of all, we've got media on campus who are operating off of a 24-hour news cycle, and we've got them stationed in a few places around the building, as well as like on the amphitheater on Pida Plaza and out by the flashlight. And they operate on an Eastern time zone piece. So if they're broadcasting at 6 a.m. Eastern time, that's 3 a.m. our time, and we really need to be able to be open to serve the media needs for the days before the debate. And then we were thinking, why not also just advertise it and make it available for all of the students and have them have access 24/7 during that debate period.
Select retail locations have been chosen to operate to accommodate visiting media and, of course, students. Starbucks, Greens to Go, and Panda Express, to name a few. Tucker and his staff want to make sure they meet the needs of the incoming media outlets, just like they're willing to do for their students.
We try to be as flexible as possible. So if, for example, a student organization or group were coming in and saying, hey, we'd really like to have the student union open for this event or this thing earlier or later, we would do our best to accommodate that. And so that's just what we're offering for the debate period, like any other group.
Students like senior Kaylin Brown are glad to hear of the extended hours and think it would be beneficial even further out than just during the debate week.
I think that that's really convenient. I'm not on here really late because I commute from school, so I don't live on campus, but I'd imagine that it would help those who do live on campus. There is one day that I'm here late in the evening, so to be able to go and grab a snack from the pod or grab a drink or whatever it is, I think will be really convenient.
If you're in the mood for a late night bite, make sure to stop by the Student Union during the week of the debate. For Studio G, I'm Jocelyn Luna.
It is a rare sight that the Student Union is open all night, but it's great to hear that students have the option of coming in to eat, study, or do whatever they do during the chaos of the debate week.
Presidential debates are a way for the public to hear candidates discuss their views on how America should be led compared to their opponents. Let's look at the recap of the first presidential debate.
The first presidential debate between Republican candidate Donald Trump and Democrat candidate Hillary Clinton took place on September 26th at Hofstra University in New York. Questions ranged from helping Americans achieving prosperity, healing racial issues, and handling cyber threats.
The central question in this election is really what kind of country we want to be and what kind of future we'll build together.
You look at what China is doing to our country in terms of making our product. They're devaluing their currency, and there's nobody in our government to fight them.
Each candidate has a different approach on raising and lowering taxes. Trump says he wants to lower taxes on big and small businesses from 35% to 15%. Hillary wants to raise taxes on the wealthy so they can pay their fair share in taxes.
We have to stop our jobs from being stolen from us. We have to stop our companies from leaving.
So let's have paid family leave, earned sick days. Let's be sure we have affordable child care and debt-free college.
Both candidates touched on the issue of healing the divide when it comes to racial issues. This included the recent shootings in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Unfortunately, race still determines too much. Often determines where people live, determines what kind of education in their public schools.
And we need law and order. If we don't have it, we're not going to have a country.
It is clear that both of these candidates still have some fight in them before Election Day. Reporting for Studio G, I'm Nathan Asselin.
If you're following the debates or want to catch the next one, it will happen this Sunday on October 9th at Washington University in St. Louis.
With the upcoming presidential election growing near, it's been a big topic of discussion that millennials are either not registering to vote or not planning to vote in November. But Karina Perez has a story about those millennials.
So I walked around campus today to find out if students have registered to vote and to see what their opinion is about the upcoming election. So are you registered to vote?
I am, yes.
I am not yet.
Yes, I am.
Can you tell us what the importance of voting is?
Yes, it's very important to vote because all our votes matter. We want our voice to be heard. And also, most of the presidents are based on, or like picked upon, the popular vote. Some people say that it's not, but yeah, it's based on that.
Why did you decide to register to vote?
Some guy was hassling me on the way back to my dorm. Decided, all right, I guess I'll do this, and I registered to vote.
Mostly because a bunch of people were asking me to.
Because I'm a part of this country and I think it's important to have my voice be heard.
Why have you not registered yet?
Because this is going to be my first time since I'm 18, and I just have kind of been indecisive about it because I haven't really paid much attention to it. So I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it quite yet.
Well, if somebody either says, oh, I'm not voting because I don't like the presidents or people like that, all you could do is put nonpartisan, or yeah, you just put nonpartisan, and that shouldn't like send you anything for any parties or affiliate you with anybody.
So are you planning on voting in the upcoming election?
100%, yes.
Yep.
Probably not. Maybe, but probably not.
Why not?
I'm not a big fan of either candidate.
Not at the moment.
Do you think your mind will change, or is there a factor that could maybe change your mind?
I'm definitely I've been looking into the debates and everything like that, so as I kind of read into it more and watch them, I definitely might change my mind.
It's possible my mind could change depending on what else comes up, but for now, no.
Reporting for Studio G, I'm Karina Perez.
We do have this just in. Singer John Legend and his wife, Chrissy Teigen, are hosting a voter registration event here at 1 p.m. The last day to register is October 19th, which does coincide with the last presidential debate that will be held here at UNLV. So don't forget to tune in with us at 5 p.m. for Studio G for live coverage of the debate. Also, we want to quickly congratulate our colleague Jennifer Hurtado on her job at Fox 5. Woo! Congrats, Jennifer. We will see you with your Spanish programming after this break.
I'm Kylie O'Rourke.
Shervin Mushuri.
I'm Langston Carter.
Hi, I'm Holly.
My name is Anna.
My name is Jameson Wilk.
Window on the Middle East.
Spinning Indie.
Good News and Holly.
It's Jazz and a Touch of Soul.
It's Latin Nights with Anna.
The Rebel and Revolt Show.
And you can check it out on therebelhd2.com.
Studio G, at first it looks overwhelming, and at first it looks like it's a lot of work, but I'll tell you what, it's the most beneficial class I've had at UNLV to date, without a doubt. You get to not only develop stories and work on your interviewing skills, your editing skills, and your shooting skills from a camera perspective, you get to work on all the equipment that's in the studio. So you're working on audio, you're working on directing, tech directing, you get to produce your own show. You can take a 30-minute newscast and make it your own. And that's really cool about Studio G. Like I said, a lot of it seems overwhelming at first, but it is by far the best class I've taken at UNLV since I've been here.
More of the Music Mondays. Rap, hip-hop, R&B too. I like to play like any new upcoming music, new albums, new mixtapes. I like to open up with maybe kind of like a hype song that gives people energy. Just play any type of good music and then give people like a rundown what's going on currently in hip-hop. Just good vibes, good music. A lot of radio stations don't keep up with playing good music. So that's really the goal. This is Jalen Young on More Than Music Mondays. Check me out on the Rebel HD2.
Sunday evening jazz. I mainly play a lot of contemporary jazz music from the 1960s up until about 2012, 2013. When I go on, just explain who it was, the name of the song, the name of the artist, maybe the name of the album, their career. I just hope that everybody enjoys it and appreciate it for the kind of music it is and how great it is. My name is Sam and I host Sunday Evening Jazz on therebelhd2.com.
Bienvenidos a la primera edición de Studio G en español.
Estamos muy emocionadas en traerles la última información de la comunidad latina de latinas.
Los latinos somos la minoría más grande en este país.
Y es tiempo de darle una voz aquí en la Universidad de Nevada, Las Vegas. Elegida como número 2 en diversidad, no solo tenemos una población de estudiantes latinos, pero de cientos de culturas. La organización estudiantil SODA se encarga en expulsar las diversas culturas de nuestra universidad, así creando una unión entre todos los estudiantes.
La Universidad de Nevada, Las Vegas tiene una diversidad étnica. SODA es una organización que implementa diversidad. Mariana Hernández nos dice el significado.
He asistido a muchos eventos de SODA, han trabajado mucho con la comunidad latina aquí en UNLV, siempre andan dispuestos a darle dinero a diferentes grupos que representan diferentes culturas.
SODA es una organización que implementa programas que reconocen cultura, el patrimonio y meses de la conciencia. Para celebrar el mes de la herencia latina, eventos como la lotería fueron escogidos.
The canoe.
Los estudiantes disfrutan de un juego de lotería para tener la oportunidad de ganar un premio. La lotería es un juego tradicional en la cultura mexicana como bingo.
So congratulations to Amy, she won this round of lotería.
SODA ayudan a los estudiantes a sentirse bienvenidos de diferentes nacionalidades patrocinando eventos. El evento de Oye mi canto fue una serie con miembros de la comunidad compartiendo su historia acerca de las relaciones entre la identidad, la vida y el trabajo.
Something that resonated with me, Susan, is that you said you were finding, your identity and getting comfortable with your identity.
Susan Taylor fue una de las mujeres que contó su historia y nos dice la importancia de este evento.
Tenemos más de este evento que es más para la cultura latina, tenemos eventos para los asiáticos, para la gente indígena, para todas las razas. Y este evento es importante porque es importante para todos los estudiantes, sin embargo su raza, educarse de las otras razas que tenemos y también es importante educarnos de nuestra historia latina.
Reportando para Studio G en español, soy Sandy Julián.
Organizaciones como SODA son un ejemplo que la diversidad en las universidades está incrementando. Así, todos los estudiantes de diferentes culturas se sienten bienvenidos.
La comunidad de Las Vegas muestra la fuerza de los latinos durante esta temporada de elecciones para que sus voces alcancen los oídos de nuestro gobierno. En Las Vegas, y es por esto que organizaciones como Next Gen, America's Voice, Voto Latino y muchas más se enfocan a educar a estas personas sobre temas importantes que afectan su vida día a día. Eventos comunitarios ayudan a unir la comunidad para que aprendan cómo ser parte del proceso civil y sobre legislaciones que afectan la comunidad latina como inmigración y el cambio climático.
Es muy importante que los latinos se involucren y entiendan que el cambio climático nos afecta a todos. ¿Por qué especialmente los latinos? No solamente los latinos, las minorías, por una sencilla razón, somos los más afectados. Los latinos, las comunidades afroamericanas, las comunidades de bajos recursos son las que siempre están localizadas en los lugares donde más polución hay.
En esta temporada de elecciones es muy importante que la comunidad latina aprenda sobre los programas y la ayuda disponible para que se mantengan informados. Miembros del gobierno local como Ruben Cohen y Jackie Rosen, quien está ejecutando para la oficina del Congreso, se reúnen regularmente con estas organizaciones para escuchar los problemas que enfrentan estas personas en sus vidas. Además, otros oficiales locales hacen el esfuerzo de apoyar la presencia de organizaciones latinas, no solo para asegurarse de sus votos, pero quieren ayudar a los latinos, y por eso es importante que la comunidad participe en grupos como estos. En los siguientes programas le traeremos más información sobre la comunidad latina y los impactos que han logrado con sus eventos.
Para estudiantes quienes tienen la oportunidad de mantenerse en el país legalmente, gracias a DACA, la recién congelación de la extensión de la ley deja a miles de inmigrantes en espera. Y Dania Ramírez tiene la información.
DACA, la reforma migratoria que ha ayudado a más de 728,000 estudiantes poder quedarse en el país legalmente y obtener un trabajo posgrado. Pero actualmente con la reforma a querer extender DACA y obtener DAPA, actualmente la ley está congelada, dejando a miles de inmigrantes en espera para ver qué pasará en su futuro.
Se trata de la legislación que se intentó pasar en marzo de 2015, en la que extendería la edad para recibir DACA, o sea, si llegaste antes de los 16 años, sin importar qué edad tuvieras.
Lamentablemente hubo a varios estados, Nevada fue uno de ellos, que se unió para demandar en contra al gobierno federal, en contra de DAPA y de DACA, porque supuestamente ellos decían que el presidente Obama no tenía el poder constitucional para implementar esas formas.
Esto congeló la oportunidad de brindar una reforma migratoria a miles de inmigrantes, pero no significa que los actuales recipientes están en peligro. Dreamers como Elisa Rincón, quien recibió DACA en cuanto empezó la universidad aquí en UNLV, todavía beneficia de la reforma migratoria.
Cada 2 años lo tenemos que renovar. Nos cuesta como $465 y se me hace difícil porque lo tengo que pagar yo sola, parte de la universidad, pero al final me da la oportunidad de estudiar.
Para inmigrantes como Elisa que han beneficiado de esta ley, todavía quedan miles de inmigrantes, en la que sus futuros están en las manos del próximo juez de la Corte Suprema y el próximo presidente.
Estas elecciones, primera vez, en mi opinión, es donde nuestro futuro está en una cuerda floja. Como esta selección va a decidir si nos quedamos y seguimos nuestros sueños o se queda alguien que nos quiere deportar y nos llama criminales.
Reportando para Studio G y Dania Ramírez.
Los resultados hasta entonces, los resultados del programa de DACA es importante para todos los estudiantes que no pueden lograr un estudio sin documentos, así que es importante que esta ley se pase para poder lograr más oportunidades en este país.
Me gusta mucho que los estudiantes tengan esta oportunidad para aprender más y que DACA le dé esta oportunidad y ojalá que todo vaya bien.
Es muy importante que esto pase para que todos tengan una oportunidad en este país, como dices, y que todos puedan lograr un futuro mejor. fuera de su país. Viniendo a este país, muchas personas pueden lograr cambiar su destino, algo que no pudieron haber hecho en su país.
Claro. Gracias por su sintonía en este primer episodio de Studio G en español. Nos puede ver cada martes y jueves de la semana. Coming up after the break, we continue with our weather.
The Rebel and Revolt show. Pretty good show about, just someone who will actually talk about UNLV the way an outsider might feel. We talk about current events, we talk about politics, try to take an offensive swing with it. Sometimes it's hit or miss, but and we talk about, the little things in life that everybody laughs about. And we are the Rebels and we are revolting. My name is Jameson Wilk and I run the Rebel and Revolt show, and you can tune in at therebelhd2.com.
My name is Walter from Deep Thought.
My name is Bruce Gill. I'm the host of La Alternativa.
Perfect Music Radio with me, Lily.
My name is Sam and I host Sunday Evening Jazz.
I am Rockin' Gemini.
This is Jalen Young on More Than Music Mondays.
And listen to us on the Rebel HD2.
I really enjoy doing my show. I love all types of rock, and that's why I'm doing Rock Through the Decades. We play the 50s all the way to today's rock music or rock bands. I want them to get the appreciation of how much rock has changed over the years and how it's still really great. You can never kill rock. I mean, rock is like the way to be, the way to go. The name of my show is Rock Through the Decades, and I am Rockin' Gemini. You can listen to this on the Rebel HD2 network.
Hi, I'm Mary Jane, and I have your weather report for today. And looking at our high, we do have an 80 in the high and 57 for the low. It's getting significantly a little bit cooler as we head into October. It's a nice day to take the kids out to the park, or as well as walking your dog. Make sure you guys get out and enjoy that sun. And now looking at our 4-day forecast, we have an 82 for the high, 58 for the low. Wednesday, we see 81 for the high as well. Low is coming to 58. Thursday and Friday is going to be significantly around the same, 81 and 84. And now, as we look into, all the eyes are on the eye of the storm. That's right, Hurricane Matthew. It did make its landfall at Haiti yesterday. Devastating effects. It did manage to kill 3 people. Now, Hurricane Matthew is expected to be one of the deadliest hurricanes the country has had up to date. Now, looking here, we can already see that there are hurricane warnings going into the Caribbean and into the Dominican as well, with sustained winds at 145 miles per hour. That is actually really pretty strong. Now, it's heading north, and it looks like it's going into Florida. And now, what does that mean for the U.S.? Well, Governor Rick Scott did mention yesterday in a press release statement that the country was going to take no chances into preparing for the storm, because we all know the sudden changes that hurricanes can take and how drastically that they can go. They are preparing to do evacuation centers provided and ready for you. If you guys do need to go into that center, please take all the necessary things that you have. That wraps up your weather report. Tune in tomorrow for more updates. We'll be returning after the break.
Thank you, Mary Jane. I know always when the weather changes, it changes, but you always stay the same. Last Sunday, we go into the world of sports right now. Last evening, a golfing great left the world with a heavy heart. Arnold Palmer died at the age of 87 from what has been reported as an aggregation of cardiological issues. His legacy was garnering a wider viewing audience through his candor and humor. His legacy he left can be best heard in his own words.
When people say, well, treat other people as you'd like to be treated, they don't really think that. That's a nice thing to say. But, you know, I had it beaten into me that that was the thing to do, and I have practiced that.
Palmer started his career in 1955 at the Canadian Open, where he won $2,400. His personality and charm was perfectly timed with the advent of televised golfing tournaments. He later won his first major championship game only 3 years later at a Masters tournament, which put him on the map.
Arnold Palmer is pretty much the fella who took golf to the middle classes and the blue-collar worker in America. It was considered a game for the elite, for many, many decades, the high-class resorts on the East Coast and the private country clubs. And here came Arnold Palmer, the son of a greenkeeper from the mountains of Pennsylvania. And the way he walked, the way he hitched his pants, the way he smoked and flicked away the cigarette, it was compelling to women, it was compelling to men, and suddenly golf was a game for the masses, not just for the elite.
A public ceremony for Arnold will be held at St. Vincent's College in Latrobe, Pennsylvania today at 11 a.m.
In other sports news, Major League Baseball is coming to a close, while NFL and college football are starting up. We have Kaylee Kirby with the sports update.
The MLB race for the pennant is on. The American League division leaders are the Boston Red Sox in the East, the Cleveland Indians for the Central Division, and the Texas Rangers in the West. The National League division leaders are the Washington Nationals in the East, the Los Angeles Dodgers in the West, and the Chicago Cubs in the Central Division. Wildcard games start tonight with the Baltimore Orioles facing the Toronto Blue Jays in Toronto for the American League, and the National League wildcard game is on Wednesday night with the San Francisco Giants facing the New York Mets in New York. In the last week of regular season play, tragedy hit MLB on September 25th when 24-year-old Miami Marlins pitcher Jose Fernandez passed away in a boating accident in Miami Beach, Florida. All of MLB took a moment of silence during their games to recognize the passing of one of the Marlins' star pitchers. In NFL news over the weekend, the Broncos, Eagles, and Vikings start their first few weeks of season play on top with no losses, while the Cleveland Browns are still 0-4 looking for their first win. In college football, UNLV beat Fresno State 45-20. With quarterback Dalton Snead scoring on a 91-yard touchdown run, making it the longest offensive play in school and stadium history. For Studio G, I'm Kaylee Kirby.
Wow, UNLV football is making history. That was an awesome play. And it made SportsCenter top 10 plays on Saturday night.
Have you ever wanted to buy a CD, DVD, VHS that wasn't available at Best Buy or Target? There might be a solution to your problem. This local store has a variety of what you're looking for.
We have currently right now about 125,000 pieces of product, and that's based on not only the CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, games, but all the collectibles and things like that. So there's about 125,000.
Located on the corner of Eastern and Flamingo, Zia Records opened for business by Brian Faber and has been managed by Craig Luland since its inception.
The company's been around since 1980, primarily in the Phoenix market and then expanded to Tucson. You know, you want to expand in places you feel you can be successful and impact the community, and I think that's what, why they chose Las Vegas.
But the store offers so much more than just movies and music.
We sell lots of collectible toys, T-shirts, both new and used, instruments, board games, just anything that's pop culture related, I think is really part of what makes us special aside from movies and music.
Zia Records also draws people into their doors aside from their vast selection of merchandise.
We try to really get local bands involved here. National acts, we've recently had Trapped, and we've had Atmosphere and all sorts of different acts here.
And the store continues to receive positive reception from customers throughout Las Vegas.
Well, I just really actually love the bargain DVDs. I come here a lot just for, bad movie fix. They also have a pretty good selection of vinyl. I actually do have like a record player at home, so sometimes I'll get something maybe.
Zia Records is open daily from 10 a.m. until midnight. For Studio G, I'm Peter Lakasha.
Thanks, Peter. Next time I'm looking to buy a DVD or CD in the future, I'll definitely check that place out. Well, that's all we have for today. I want to remind you that we will be here live for the rest of the semester, Tuesday through Friday.
And you can catch us here for the debate on October 19th.
From Amber and me, that's all we have for Studio G.